me just start. You guys, can you guys see my screen yet or not yet? Let me just start sharing my screen. Okay, can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yes.
So, okay, I'm going to start the video. And in the meantime, if you have any questions, please raise.
The new shift rostering feature from Salesforce Scheduler allows schedulable service resources to easily update and manage their own working hours. Ben logs into his profile to view his upcoming shifts. He wants to add some more availability now for his week. To add a new shift, he clicks New Shift, chooses the dates and times that he is available, and the location that he is working from. Instead of needing to reach out to his territory administrator to update his schedule, which can change based on demand, he can update his own hours with this new feature. He also edits his availability to extend his working hours to 7 p.m. on Friday, December 17th. Now, when he sends an email to his customers inviting them to set up time, his new shifts are updated in his calendar, and his customers can easily book when it is convenient to them. Salesforce Scheduler makes managing shifts and your own availability easy.
Okay, so this was a small demo, like how the scheduling is going to work. So the thing is that usually, right? So consider you are sending an invite to someone, or like for like suppose consider you're scheduling a meeting, right? And you want to give your available times to your customer or user, whoever it is. So usually, like what you're going to do, you're going to tell your boss saying that, oh, this is what my schedule is. I want to make myself available during this time or whatever it is. So instead of telling your boss, so Salesforce has come up with this feature wherein you can literally create records saying that, okay, I'm available from this time to this time. And based on that, whenever you send an email, so your available times in that email will be reflected based on whatever selection you made in Salesforce. So this is like very easy and very simple to use for Salesforce users. So this way they don't have to contact anyone. So they can literally create their own available schedule. And depending on that schedule, the email will show, okay, these are all the times you're available. So let me just show you how I think we just saw that, but let me just show you how it looks. So if you see this, so this particular customer just got an email saying that, do you want to book an appointment? So as soon as the person clicks on that link, so they see like this, like this person is available on Wednesday from 1 to 2, 2 to 3. And in case if you are not available on specific time, you can just delete those records. So this is one of the features Salesforce has come up with in spring 2022. Anyone has any questions?
Salesforce Scheduler makes managing...
I'm sorry, I'm just gonna stop for a second. If not, we'll just move ahead with the next one.
easy.
Okay, this is regarding the updating your schedule to reflect the holidays or any incidents. So we're gonna watch this. This is one of the new features.
Salesforce Scheduler's new Holiday Management for Service Territories feature allows territory managers or administrators to easily update and manage service hours to accommodate closing for holidays or ad hoc events. And it's so easy to set up in just a few clicks. First, head into Setup and search Holiday. Then, click New to add in your holiday or event, like a parade that will close the business for a day. Add in the holiday name. In this case, a company holiday party, the date, and hours to suspend service. You can choose to close the location for a few hours or a few days. Then, click Save. Once your holiday is set up, then you'll want to add it to your service territories that will be impacted. Click into your service territory and find the holiday schedule in the bottom right-hand corner. Click New. Search for the holiday that you added and press Save. You can add the holiday to any territory, allowing flexibility across each location. Now, if a customer is searching to make an appointment, every resource is not available from 1 p.m. through close on December 14th for the holiday party. Salesforce Scheduler makes appointment management easy.
So did you guys see that? What happened here? So in this case, what happened was in addition to the configurable appointments, we have also added the holiday management. Consider like your organization has arranged a party, or like you have any unforeseen event wherein you're not available. So in this case, you can create a holiday record, and that will be reflected all across your organization. Or if you want to apply it to specific user, you can do that. Any questions here until now, whatever we have seen? Okay, so I assume it's no. So we're gonna go ahead with the two things. So just now we saw two things. One or two main features. One was adding the configurable appointments, like scheduling, and we have seen the holiday management. So now we're gonna go ahead with the next feature.
We're excited to show you what.
So this is very, very important and very nice feature right now, because if you want to backup or restore your data, right now you have to use all third-party systems, but Salesforce has come up with their own product wherein you can back up the data. So we're gonna see how it's gonna look and how this can be achieved. So I'm just gonna
What our
start
new
the
product,
video.
Backup and Restore, can do to help your business stay resilient. Backup and Restore helps you create backups of your data and allows you to restore it with just a few clicks. Let's jump right in. We're going to start with an example you might have already experienced. Someone accidentally enters bad information in a critical contact record, or a new app integration overrides existing field data. How can Backup and Restore help you tackle these issues? An important thing to highlight is that we're logged in as an admin, as only system administrators can access and edit this critical feature. To get a backup running, we'll create a policy that covers the objects we want to back up. We can also select the related objects, which have a cascade delete relationship, to ensure that they all get backed up at the same time. Behind the scenes, backups process as a batch job, so we won't be showing that today, as the process takes a bit more time than we have in this demo. So let's navigate back to the home dash. The dashboard shows all of your recent activity, active backups, and statistics on your past backups and restores. If you want to confirm the connection between your Salesforce instance and the AWS S3 bucket where the backup is stored, you simply go to the API settings and run the quick connectivity test. And if you really want to get into the details, logs on each backup job, policy execution, and any potential errors are available on the Logs tab. Now let's show you.
So yeah, so right now what we have seen is this particular feature. It allows us to back up the data. So where are we gonna back up? So there are multiple ways to back up the data. First, you can upload it on the Amazon AWS server, or you can have Azure server, or you can have your own server as well. So in order to do that, you have to have connection between Salesforce and third-party application wherein your data is gonna store. So this is what the person did just now. If you see here, so this is the setting wherein the person just now, what they did was the admin, they went to the settings tab and they just checked the connectivity, whether my account is connected to third party services or not. In this case, it was Amazon AWS server. If you see here,
We're excited.
oh, I'm sorry. So yeah, so we'll see how or like what all additional features we have
Stored,
added.
you simply go to the API settings and run the quick connectivity test. And if you really want to get into the details, logs on each backup job, policy execution, and any potential errors are available on the Logs tab. Now let's show you why creating these backups really matter. Let's pretend I'm a fast-moving user, and I update this user's contact email from their business address to their personal address. This potentially creates a privacy issue. With the Restore function, I can select which backup I want to restore from, the type of content I want to restore down to the record level, and select any prior backup before the content was changed. I can compare the exact field that's changed to be extra sure, and then restore it with just a few clicks. And just like that, my contact has been restored. If you want to check the details, the logs show you exactly how everything is going. And with that, we've shown you how Backup and Restore can help.
So we just saw that the admin, what they did was they restored a particular field. Consider you have a record and the person did change the email on that record. And consider like after a few years or like after a few months. You don't know what the data was, right? And like, because right now there is no feature which will tell you what was changed or what exactly changed. So this is the feature backup and restore, which is going to be very, very useful, wherein you can just go to record, you can just see what all things have changed or what was the data at this particular time or date, and you can literally restore the data, which wasn't available before. So this is, I think this is like very, very nice feature if people want to take a backup or if they want to restore a particular data. The good thing about this is you are not only going to restore a specific set of data, but it's going to restore related objects as well. Consider you have an account, so you can restore account related to contacts and related opportunities, and everything can be restored here. So this is one of the
Keep
features.
your business resilient with just a
So
few
we're gonna
clicks.
see the other features now.
Introducing Nimbus, Salesforce platform's new feature.
So this is the development related activity wherein have you guys heard about the Lightning Web Components? Anyone?
Yes.
Okay. So this is very, very new feature, I would say, and like very important and very beneficial for all the developers, wherein you can add your native device capabilities in Lightning Web Components, and it can do literally wonders. So we're gonna see that like these features are very, very good. These are for developers.
Amal,
Yeah.
sorry,
please go ahead.
Amal. So talking about, sorry, just before we move ahead, talking about the backup and restore, how
Right.
often does the system do some savings?
Yeah. So the thing is that regarding this backup and restore, I think Salesforce has like once a day. I mean, as far as I know, so Salesforce like do the backups like once a day or something, and depending on, I'm not exactly sure about the cap like when exactly they do that, but they have a feature wherein you can literally do the backup of, or we can get the backup for whatever days you want. But I think they do once in a day, as
Is
far as
it
I.
automatic, or does the
It's
user
automatic.
have to?
So in order to get this, you have to purchase this product. And once you install this product, you are good. Then you can use this product and everything is automatic. You don't have to do anything.
Okay,
Just
thank
need to
you.
configure the product. That's it. Yeah. And okay, so any other questions? If not, we'll just move to next one. Okay, so this is we're gonna see the video of this like new device capabilities.
That brings native device capabilities to Lightning Web Components. With Nimbus, you can enable users to take advantage of the features built into their mobile devices, including location services, barcode scanning, and so much more. Nimbus plugins are delivered from the web, so they are desktop ready, but are only activated when used from a mobile device. Let's take a look at Nimbus in action to better understand the benefits to your end users. Picture this. There's a networking event for Trailblazers being hosted at Salesforce Tower, and Angela, the Salesforce woman, will be attending. At previous events, guests have complained that they had trouble finding important information. As a result, your team has been enlisted to build a custom event app to guide attendees through their night. You want to start off strong, so your team includes the Nimbus geofencing plugin in the app to welcome guests and share important information. Geofencing allows developers to set digital boundaries and navigation points within LWCs. So, as Angela approaches and crosses the digital boundary around the tower, she gets a notification with some key information about her visit. It tells her how to check in.
So have you seen this particular screen? So here what happened was, because of this mobile capabilities, device capabilities, as soon as a person is going close to the particular location, it's giving you all the suggestions. So if you see here, the person is getting closer to the Salesforce Tower in San Francisco. So it's telling him like what all things we have nearby. And it's all coming from Salesforce.
Where to find refreshments, and so on. This is how you can use Nimbus to create a great first impression with your end users before they even set foot on campus. It's been about 30 minutes, and Angela is really enjoying herself. The conversations are flowing, and Angela has met some pretty interesting people. She wants to keep in touch with as many of them as she can manage and decides to save their information to her device's contacts. However, she'd like to bring them over into her Salesforce instance so they can be documented as contact records. Luckily, the event app includes the Nimbus Contacts plugin. This allows users to import their device contacts into Salesforce without any manual entry. A few clicks and done. It's just that simple. After a few hours, the event is finally over, but Angela isn't ready to go home just yet. It's around dinner time, and your team wants the event app to include recommendations of nearby restaurants for your attendees. But instead of just sharing a list of businesses, your app takes it a step further and provides attendees with a way to navigate to them. Using the Nimbus GPS plugin, they're able to hit up a few nearby restaurants with visual feedback on their current location so that they can stay on track to their destinations. With Nimbus, you can empower your end users to make the most of their mobile experiences while on the go. Whether they're event attendees like Angela, field technicians, or retail customers, Nimbus gives you more ways to meet them where they are. The world of business has gone mobile, and native device capabilities enable users to accomplish the unique sets of tasks that are only available on mobile devices. For more information on Nimbus, you can check it out in the LWC Developers Guide. Once there, you'll find detailed documentation on how to leverage these powerful new APIs in your Lightning Web Components. Stay tuned.
So if you see this Nimbus, so they have provided a lot of APIs, and those APIs can be used in your Lightning Web Components, and you can customize them according to your need or use. So this is very, very important, and like this, because this feature wasn't there before. And because of all these mobile capabilities, I think the Lightning Web Components are going to get more powerful now. So this is what we have seen. So I think we're going to go ahead with the next one.
Orchestrator, which lets you build complex multi-user workflows and assign work to any
So have you guys used flows before? So this is next thing called as Orchestrator. So we're going to see that, how the Orchestrator is going to work with Unify multi-user and multi-step workflow. Okay, so
licensed or unlicensed user is now generally available. With this release, there are several new functionalities. Let's start with work assignments, since that's been a big request from our users. With the Spring 22 release, you can now assign work items to a group of users at the same time. This is a helpful feature, particularly for support queues. From any step, select Assignee Type, then choose Group or Queue and select the relevant group or queue you'd like the work assigned to. You can also allow users to reassign work items to others. From the work items list, open the drop-down menu next to the relevant work item and select Reassign Orchestration Work Item. Then, select the new user and click Reassign Orchestration Work Item. Now the work item has been reassigned. Additionally, any user can now see all their assigned work items in one place. Using the app launcher, type work items and select Orchestration Work Items from the list to see all the work assigned. Admins will see all work assigned across the org, while users will only see relevant work items assigned to them. Another new functionality is the ability to initiate an orchestration via the Flow REST API. To trigger or initiate an orchestration via the Flow REST API, you copy and paste the orchestration API name into the REST API and select Execute. Another new feature is the evaluation flow capability. With it, you can add in additional custom logic when initiating steps and stages. In a steps setup, set the entry condition to start when the specified evaluation flow returns true. Then, choose which evaluation flow to initiate. In this case, when the date is 2022. You can also easily monitor where an active orchestration is in the process and identify any errors. When viewing the orchestration, an orange connecting line indicates the current stage. On the right hand of the screen is a debugger which shows details about what has occurred and the outcomes. To cancel a running orchestration, from the Orchestration Runs list, select the Orchestrations drop-down menu and choose Cancel Orchestration. When prompted, select Cancel Orchestration again, and you'll see a notification stating it has been canceled. Lightning Web Security is a new client-side security architecture for Lightning Web Components that enables teams to safely run third-party components and libraries. Over in VS Code, we can import the Lightning Messaging utility component from the App Exchange right into our component to display a message to our users. Here, you can see we can use that namespace to bring that component right in. Yes, that's right. You can use Lightning Web Security to securely import namespace components into your own custom components. This is a huge win for ISVs and app developers alike. So now, back on our Experience Cloud page, you can see we have our notification right on the top of the page, thanks to Lightning Web Security. In this new enhancement to the Lightning design system,
so this is the last video which we're gonna see, like last feature which we're gonna see. Right now we have seen like a couple of them. So I'm just gonna
show you how styling hooks make it easy to express your brand with CSS custom properties that make it easy to modify the visual output of your Lightning components. These customizations are designed with web standards, so they work now and in the future. Let's take a look. In this example, we'll modify custom components on the left in my browser using styling hooks. The first component you see has a number of Lightning-based components, such as Lightning Badge, Card, and Button are here, and they're what you get out of the box. The customized component to the right of it will be modified using styling hooks to better reflect my brand through the VS Code editor on the right side of my screen here. Let's say I want a darker, sleeker component for a new streaming service I'm launching. First, I'll remove this default component in the HTML and uncomment this content that I've already set up. And what I'm changing is the text to not feature some of this placeholder material. Now, for the meat of these changes, I'll remove the default CSS. Usually, when you restyle a component, you have to make overrides. You run into specificity issues. You have to handle the cascade and deal with other types of tech debt. Styling hooks will help us avoid all of this. So my first change is I'll make the background of my component darker. Here's a hook I'm creating to change the color of the card and its background. I'm going to change the value of the background and add another hook to change the text color white. For the rest of my hooks, I've set the values beforehand, so I'll uncomment these, making the font smaller, the card rounder, the spacing larger, and a few other changes, including making the badge more square. Now let's refresh, and voila. It's a completely new look and feel for the card, reflecting the brand I want to express, and it's simple. No new CSS beyond the hooks, and it's really just the styling API that I had to use to customize this component. We never had to open DevTools, do inline styling, trailing, in-erroring, or other hurdles. Styling hooks made customizing your components simple.
If you guys have like done like LWC components or built the LWC components,
In this
or,
new
like,
enhancement to the Lightning
or done any CSS work, you would have imagined this particular feature is very, very useful and very important. Where like you can just do the CSS part in Lightning Web Component, and you can just create this hooks, so which will allow you to have the customized CSS. Because in the past we have seen, because Lightning Web Components are built on top of like multiple layers, so it was pretty hard to deal with specific part of the CSS. So these hooks are going to be very, very useful. So I think we have seen a couple of features, like which features like new, and those are related to Lightning experience and very useful for developers and admin. Do you guys have any questions about it? Anything?
No, not for me.
Okay, so I usually